Hey there everybody, welcome back. I'm feeling pretty good. Today marks, I believe, my 8th consecutive 3v3 Grand Arena match win. We're going to get 2,053 banners today, not perfect, but we're not going to lose a single match, even though my opponent has 3 GLs on defense, and I still have 2. So first one here is going to be Wampa taking down a Relic 8 Sith Eternal with what? But I gotta say, one of the highlights has been that my Ewoks continue to hold on defense. There they are beating a Revan, expected, but here they are dropping Bastila Shan with Hermit Yoda and Ahsoka Tano. That had to be very upsetting for somebody, and I'm sorry, but don't underestimate Relic 7 Ewoks if they're mine. They've got my best mods on them. They have incredible speed, incredible damage, and they're my Ewoks. They have been blessed by the gerbil, and they're going to win. They've won a lot. In fact, my Ewoks, I think, have held at least one battle every match this week. All 3 rounds, 1, 2, and 3. And I cannot wait for them to get posted on SWGOH so I can see what happened. My opponent today did clear the top left, and it looks like I think the 5th battle they made was against the Ewoks, and they lost, and then they went in and cleaned it up because they cleared after the 2nd battle, but I'm certain that just gave them the inspiration to quit. So yeah, we don't drop anything, they drop to Ewoks. Love it. I love it. Yeah, so Wampa versus Relic 8 Sith Eternal. I want to take my Wampa to Relic 8, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't think I need to. I mean, she's still beating Sith Eternal with Armorer. Was that Armorer or was that what? That was Wat. Sith Eternal with Wat. Without any real problems. I mean, you got to manage the clock. Keep her on auto so that you don't run out of time, except every 2 or 3 attacks on auto, make sure she does the stomp to recover the bonus protection, then go back to auto. Get down to about a minute, and then micromanage more carefully just to make sure you get 3 or 4 hits in a row, and you win. Alright, and then of course after winning with my Wampa versus their Sith Eternal, it's time to flip the tables. My Sith Eternal versus their Rey. And this time they got Hermit Yoda and Holdo there on defense. And well, you know what? I think we're going to speed this one up also, because this just takes a while and most of it is going to be on full automatic. So, yeah, again, I've come to realize that Sith Eternal just beats Rey. It's kind of a game of paper, rock, scissors eventually. Once you figure out what all the counters are, it's not really so much about reading the kits and strategizing. I mean, it is, but that's the fun part that we do elsewhere, it seems. To win GAC, it's just about paper, rock, scissors, learning that paper beats rock, rock beats scissors, and scissors beats whatever. To an extent, of course, there's a lot of fun in here when you can mix match. You know, you throw Wedge up against somebody that should not be able to lose to or beat, whatever. But with the GLs and the GL counters, it's paper, rock, scissors. See, that was easy. Full auto. Wampa, almost full auto. Now this is my first OMICRON Tico. In fact, I don't think I've seen Tico Rose on the tables since pretty much she came to the game a couple years ago. And I didn't even bother to read the kit, probably should have, really probably should have, but I just know how much everybody trashes on Rose, which is kind of a shame. I actually really liked her character in the first movie. Later, when she had to go study the Death Stars, I was like, "Are you serious? That's what we're gonna do here? We're gonna have her go study, even though everyone else is gonna go off to fight them in real time?" Wow, that was really effective. Anyway, so I didn't read the kit because I know everyone trashes on her, so I just threw Malak in there, and I'm not disappointed. That was easy. 59 banners, couldn't have done better. All right, next up we got Dooku with some Seppies. This is not a good Separatist lineup. Soldier is going to give turn meter to Geos. I don't think he gives it to non-Geos, but I got to read the kit on that again. Regardless, he just doesn't do much here. I mean, he has almost no real benefit there. But what you can do in this situation is throw in Dengar. Now, I did this deliberately because when Dengar is in stealth, enemies cannot go into stealth. And what Dooku likes to do is to go into stealth and hide behind somebody, right? Like Magna Guard. And if he can't go into stealth, he can't hide. And if he can't hide, he's easy to kill. So Dengar just pretty much ensured that that was going to be a win. All right, here we go. Mirror match. Revan versus Darth Revan. All that matters is that our Darth Revan or Bastila is faster than theirs. So we open up with the big jumping whackety whack on the head. We put some fear over there, and Marauder says, "Go away," and that's pretty much it. Now we could still lose this, of course, because Malak is pretty cool. But you know what I've learned? Marauder usually one-shots him. He had already taken some damage there from other people, but if you mod your Marauder right and you get those debuffs going, Marauder can drop Malak pretty easy. So there it is. Now this one, I got a phone call, interrupted my recording. This one really confuses me. So we got the ability block over there on Droideka, and he's dazed, and we stunned him, so it's looking pretty darn awesome. And then once again, R2 whiffs. This is consistent. See, R2 gets bonus potency from Jinners at like 20 or something %, so my R2's potency is damn high. And there's only an 80% chance, I think, of landing the stun, but my goodness, he's failing consistently in Arena. All right, so here we go. We easily handled those two. This should have been much easier than it was. That was dumb, but it droid dodged. Okay, here we go. Watch, stun, and no, whiff again. Something else, I need to go read the kit, because I'll go read it, folks, but you're welcome to comment, because it does confuse me right now a little bit. That, see, I got the buff immunity twice on Droideka, and both times Droideka dispelled it and put up the damage immunity. Oh, there you go. Well done, RT. You finally landed this time. So I'll go read the kit on that one, because that kind of baffled me. All right, Geos versus Jawas. Oh my gosh, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Fast forward about a minute or less. The Jawa in Kenobi was so awesome. I loved the Jawa being in his home, selling him stuff. That's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to ruin anything. But damn, I thought that was a funny moment. I really hope we get more Jawas. Man, I love the Jawas. Everyone likes the Jawas. Give us more Jawa stuff. All right. So I debated forever who to bring in here, not because Mando or Bo-Katan worry me in the slightest. It's because even a Gear 12 or whatever Nest just worries me. Nest always worries me. So I tend to overreact against Nest. So I brought in my R7 Vader Palp, and that just is easy. We do not get the free banner or the full banners though, because Mando did his whistling birdies. Okay, now we got Bastila, Ezra, and a high relic C-3PO, and I brought in Wedge, Biggs, Bistan, just because I know they're going to pump out a lot of damage. I mean, they actually hit really hard. Wedge's leadership gives you like 40% offense. So you can see we just dropped these two Gear 12, Ezra and Bastila's really quick, even though they have all that bonus protection to start. The downside, of course, is that all three of these characters, well, not so much Biggs, he's pretty tough, but Wedge and Bistan in particular are very, very squishy. They should have been recovering protection, I think, on Wedge's leadership, and I honestly didn't see that happen. I'm going to go watch that again, because I've seen a couple times that they're ending the matches with less protection than I think they should have. Or maybe it's health. I gotta go, again, read the kit. There's so many kits now. People always say, read the kit, read the kit. My goodness, there's 200 and I think 26 characters currently in the game. Every character has between 2 and 8 kit items. And more the kit items, like some of the Inquisitors, the GLs, they're like a book. I mean, they're not really that long, but they're like stereo instructions. They're really detailed and interconnected, and they're getting complicated, and whatever. Stop whining, gerbil. So here we got crew versus Imperial troopers, and I've never done this one before because I've always worried about Kylo Ren Unmasked recovering health too quickly, but didn't matter. I mean, we just punched him to the face a few times and he was down. So that was good. Back wall cleared. All right, top wall. Okay, now here's the truth or dare moment of truth. Jedi Master Luke versus Kenobi. Now, in 3v3, I don't think Kenobi's that good. I really, really don't. I think that Kenobi really, really needs gas for the damage output and Ahsoka Tano for all the assists. Now, Kat is, of course, able to one-shot people. But as I've said before, it's been my experience that Kat never attacks Jolee. I mean, she does every once in a while, but her like insta-kill never goes at Jolee. So, you got Revan in here, just in case Jolee falls down, then he gets revived with Savior. We got Jolee in here because he can revive Revan or Luke. So, yeah, see, here we go. Look at this. And, poof, there goes one. So we've triggered the Savior on their side. And I know it's not called Savior, that's Revan's mechanic, but it works. See, there, Revan's back. And Kat's about to do her big slappity slap and whiff. See, she attacked Jedi Master Luke. It always happens. She always goes after Jedi Master Luke or Grandmaster Yoda. I think she has serious hatred for the Jedi Council. And I think it's like, well, Luke was never on the Jedi Council. Whatever. Well, see, down goes Kat. And with Kat gone, I could care less about Kenobi and Kenobi. There's two Kenobis over there. Weird. Anyway, so the only thing that potentially worries me here is maybe the clock. So even though I'm not going fast, I have to be kind of cognizant of that. We want to try to have Luke raise those cooldowns and keep Master Kenobi in days as much as possible. And normally I would probably just go right after Master Kenobi, but it's only a 3v2 situation. So I'm just trying to clean as much as I can off the board in the event that I time out. And it turns out it really wasn't a problem. See, look at that. We look at a ability block, days, buff immunity, I think is what that is. Tenacity down, breach, raise those cooldowns. Yeah, in 3v3, I am not really impressed with Kenobi in this matchup. I should preface that, in this matchup. In 5v5, Luke still wins pretty easy, I find, but the clock is the biggest threat, and there's a lot of RNG. But here, no. All right, here we go. We got a Zam OMICRON, but it's under Dengar lead with Cad Bane, who's not exactly the most powerful here. So we knock out... Ackbar's getting a little bit of revenge. Last GAC, my only loss was with Ackbar, and that just like... Oh, so frustrating. So, there we go. Got our revenge. This was easy. I think we'll get full banners out of this. Because he gets to throw his... No, yeah, there we go. Full banners. Should be 57. Rock on. Steady, steady. Next, we're going to drop some Night Sisters with Ewoks. We definitely have the relic advantage here, but we have no attackers. We have a healer, a supposed tank, and a support character, and we have no AoEs. This is really worth noting, and they have zombie, right? No AoEs versus zombie. So no attackers, no AoEs, and one of the worst leaders in the game, for sure. I mean, Tebow, he's actually, I think, a really good unit in the right circumstances. Like early on, when you're still developing and learning, and you're still trying to tackle the pit raid, not the impossible like crank or whatever raid, whatever they call it, the C pit, but just normal pit. Tebow is insane because you keep him under stealth, and he just removes the Rancor's turn meter from beginning to end. So you go in there with I would still run Chirpa in the lead. Some people will go Tebow, but I would run Chirpa in the lead with Scout, who removes turn meter and calls assist, Logray, who removes turn meter and calls assist, Chief Chirpa, who calls assists, and then I used Wicket, of course, because Wicket puts Tebow into stealth and calls the assist. So you basically just you keep it on auto as much as you can, but the moment you see Tebow losing stealth, you just put him right back in with himself or Wicket. And the Rancor never gets to take a turn, really, and solo it with Ewoks. You can also do it much easier, though, with Jyn Erso. Jyn Erso, and if you have C-3PO, because her Truncheon Strike will remove 100% turn meter also, and the cooldown is 2, and once C-3PO gets those translation stacks, she'll do it every single turn on full auto. So you just got to manage the first couple of minutes to get the translation stacks, and then full auto. But I think most of y'all watching are probably past the pit. So I don't know if you all watched, I posted a new video on Sunday, and it's going to be a series that I'm going to do regularly. I'm going to try to do it every Sunday morning, Shanghai time where I live right now. And by the way, it's day 60 of my lockdown. I still feel like I'm in prison, but I'm not. I'm just, like 25 other million residents trapped in our homes. But anyway, that show, I'm calling it The Galaxy Last Week. So I'm going to post it on Sundays. And the goal of the show is to give between a 10 and 20 minute recap of all the official announcements from Capital Gains, plus all the major action and events that I could see in the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community. I'm going to do a little Reddit review showing some of the most interesting top posts on Reddit that you might have missed. And I'm also going to try to talk a little bit about the general broader Star Wars universe news, primarily featuring, focusing on the movies and TV shows. And then I will have a little segment I call the Horizon, where I'm just talking about what's coming in the week ahead. Week and month ahead. So there are 5 little sections to it, just a couple minutes each. It's not an in-depth analysis. I'm not going to be reading the announcements line by line, but just summarizing what happened that week that you might have missed and what's coming in the near future to help you stay up to date on stuff. The first episode's a little rough, but I'm working on it. I got a lot of great feedback so far. And about 35 likes, which for my little cute channel is pretty darn good. So a very positive turnout, and so I'm hoping to grow it. If you liked it, let me know and give me some thoughts and ideas on what you'd like to see in the show, and I'll try to put it there. All right, so we just cleared all of the squads. Now we're into Fleet, and I'm not going to talk about Fleet. I mean, at this point, Fleet's kind of old news. There's nothing new happening here. Executors on defense, and we're just going to one-shot all of these. None of them were particularly worrisome or threatening. I don't get the highest banners on one of them, but Rebels, of course, is easy. I mean, you don't even need a reinforcement with Rebels if you have the speed advantage. You can just go in with your starting lineup of 3, which again is why we need another Rebel capital ship. Which, by the way, did you notice last week in the fix, the update on the 25th, they fixed Wedge's speed and offense bug. Now that bug has been in the game for about 4 or 5 years. Why would they suddenly fix Wedge when there's so many other things to fix? I'm kind of suspicious of that, and I kind of wonder if it means there is indeed another Rebel ship or capital coming. I mean, it kind of points to it. Then again, maybe they're just finally catching up with bug submissions from, 2017. Who knows? Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe. Seriously, I do appreciate it. Let me know what you think, and I will catch you all later next GAC and/or next Sunday on the Galaxy Last Week. All right, see ya. Bye-bye.